Hey guys, how's it going? Before we begin, just another quick plug. If you're not in the Discord server already, this is your last week to get in for free to make sure you check it out before we go fully paid next week. Also, we're making big moves. We've opened up a Twitter page if Twitter is your thing. So it is at Solopreneur on ONYT. You can see it right there in the bottom left of your screen. Maybe I'll follow Elon Musk right now. Why not? Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back here with another weekend update video. And one of my viewers asked me, I get a lot of questions about what charting software I use, and it's TradingView.com. So you can see the website here in the top left corner, TradingView.com. And it's a completely free website. I mean, there are premium versions if you want extra features, but in my opinion, you don't really need the premium version. I use the free version as well. And one of my viewers asked me if I could make a video, a little bit of a video tutorial on how to set up TradingView or how I use it. So I said I would do that this weekend. So obviously the first thing you want to do is go to TradingView.com, and you're going to be greeted with a homepage like this that's going to be updated based on what the market is currently doing. Today is a Saturday, so obviously this is going to be data from yesterday, but you can see at the top you get a nice overview of what the market is doing or did do in the case of this past Friday. You can see the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, some Forex, oil, gold, Bitcoin, the dollar. So a lot of good overview right in the upper kind of banner there. And then if you scroll down, you can see what TA people have been doing. This is similar to kind of stock twits where people can post their technical analysis and how they've kind of drawn over the graphs as far as their TA. And then you'll get comments or people agreeing or disagreeing with them. And you can search it stock specific. So let's say you're interested in trading AMD. You can see all the different TA that people have done on the AMD charts. And as you might expect, a lot of it varies because different people have different opinions and they draw, Fibonacci levels versus Ichimoku clouds versus VWAP versus EMAs. So a lot of different opinions. Some of it is conflicting, so you still are kind of left unsure about what that ticker is going to do. But just remember that at the end of the day, nobody knows what a stock or an ETF is going to do, and no one will ever be able to accurately predict it, because if they could, that person or that group of people would just become instantaneously rich, right? So what I do, or what I did when I first went to this website, is you're going to want to sign in if you don't have an account already, because that way it'll save all of your charts for when you log back in day after day. If you don't, then it's going to be of a hassle because you're going to have to make your watch list again, you're going to draw your TA again, so it's really not worth it. So just click here to start your free trial, and then see these are all the different paid plans that you can do, the Pro Plus, Premium, and you can read through some of the features that you get. The main feature, in my opinion, that you may want to consider paying for would be the free plan limits the number of indicators you can have on your chart at the same time. So I believe it limits it to 3 indicators total. So for example, if you have the RSI and the MACD and the Ichimoku cloud on your graph, you've maxed out your limit. You can't add, let's say you wanted to look at the VWAP as well. You can't add the 4th indicator as the VWAP. What you can do is you can delete one indicator temporarily, like let's say take off the Ichimoku cloud and then add the VWAP. So then now you have the VWAP, the RSI, and the MACD. So it's not a game changer. I mean, is it worth paying $15 a month at least for more indicators? You can see you can have up to 5 indicators per chart for $15 a month, 10 indicators for $30 a month, 25 for $60 a month. I mean, in my opinion, it's not worth it. I mean, do you really need 10 indicators on every single chart? At that point, you're not even going to be able to see the stock graph. But so what you want to do, just click here on the basic plan, which is free 99. Click start now. You can log in or sign up using your Facebook account or Google account, or you can just use a username. So once you go ahead and create a username and password, it's going to ask you to verify your email address by sending you a link. So after you do that, you're going to be taken back to the home page here, and you can see just for this video I created an account called $dollar bills because $dollar bills. And so what you're going to do, you're going to get this pop-up upgrade now, blah blah blah. You don't have to do that, like I said. The first thing you're going to want to do is, unless you're an animal, you're going to click on your username here, and then you're going to select dark color theme, because you're going to be blinded by all the light coming off your monitor from that light colored theme. So switch to dark color theme, save your eyes a little bit here. And again, we're taking it back to the home screen here with a lot of the same information that we saw before. And now you're logged in. You can have it on your computer so that it'll automatically log you in anytime you go to this website, as long as you have cookies enabled. And so now what you're going to do, as you can see, I already added some tickers to my watch list here, but yours may already have some pre-populated tickers like SPY and the more common ones like QQQ and such. And you can delete them. You see here on the right side, there's an X that pops up. So let's say you don't want Salesforce CRM on your watch list, just click the X and it goes away. Let's say you want to add tickers to your watch list, you just type them up here. So let's say I want to look at Best Buy this week, so BBY. Click it. It's right here at the bottom of your list. And now the nice thing here is whenever you select one of these tickers, a little bit lower down on the sidebar here, you'll get some stock information. So you'll see the current stock price. You'll see it's 52-week high and low, the current range for that day, the volume. You can open this up for even more information. And then you'll see when earnings are coming up, what their prior earnings were, income statements. I mean, the information here is just endless, right? You can even look at technicals. If you click more technicals here, you're gonna have all this information where it looks at all the different forms of TA and then what that TA is representing for that ticker. So for example, if you want to take a look at the momentum indicator, according to the momentum indicator, it's telling you to sell Best Buy right now. But you can see there's a lot of variety, right? Some are neutral, some are sell, some are buy. So again, take it for what it's worth. It has a nice little summary here saying that there's 3 sell signals, 15 buy signals, 10 neutral signals, so it's an overall buy. The oscillators, however, are telling you to sell it. The moving averages are telling you it's a strong buy. So, you know, you have to decide how you want to use these indicators and how you will trade based on them. But that information is there if you want. So if you just want a quick overview of that ticker, you see I'll have AMD. You can, again, click through the technicals, which is what I just showed you. Instead of as a pop-up, now it's on the main screen, but you can select between different time periods. You can go to ideas here, and that's going to show you the different TA that other users have done. So for example, you can see this user has posted some technical analysis on their own, and they've drawn some notes on the graph. They have some notes here at the bottom. So you can decide whether you agree with their TA or not. And if you don't, you can see there's plenty more TA. I mean, it looks like this TA here, this person is calling for a $90 breakout on AMD. So you can see they're using the squeeze momentum indicator, the divergence indicator, and the MACD here. They drew some arrows of how they think AMD is going to react. So it looks like they think it's going to go up, pull back a little bit to maybe about $85, and then launch past 87, it looks like. And you can see, again, they wrote some notes here saying that they think AMD is forming a bullish triangle pattern. So again, if you don't want to do your own DD and you want to kind of see what other people are thinking, it does a good job of kind of aggregating all the TA from different users. You can see AMD, one of the more popular stocks and popular options stocks, has a lot of TA that users have submitted. So you can take a look at that if you're ever curious. But I don't necessarily pay a lot of attention to that. I usually just go to the stock graphs as you see in my videos. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to click on the overview, which is the main page. And then you'll see this kind of summary graph here, which doesn't show you much, just shows you what the stock has been doing, similar to what you'll see on Yahoo Finance or other websites. But you want to click here on full featured chart, and that's going to open up another pop-up, but it's going to take you to another page. And this is what I use. Again, it's going to ask you for a 30-day free trial. You don't really need that, so just X that out. And as you can see, it has the TA that I drew on it from previous sessions already saved. So that's the benefit of creating an account. And so this is what you usually see in my videos, where I usually have some tickers on my watch list that I put here on the side. I add and delete them as I go. So let's say I didn't want to look at Best Buy. After just adding it, I can just X it out. And this is where you can basically play around. So what you can do is if you want to see a line graph, you can select right up here. If you're more of a bar graph or a candle kind of guy or girl, you can click on candles here, and then just the scroll wheel will scroll in and out. We'll basically zoom in and out in your time frame. So you can see where the gap ups are, and I kind of drew these yellow lines here to kind of denote where the gap ups are. I personally like to use TradingView on the line graph just because I don't look at this necessarily when I trade actively. I usually use my brokerage platform, so I just like the line graph to keep it simple here. But as you can see, the 3 technical indicators that I've maxed out on are the Ichimoku cloud, the RSI, and the squeeze indicator. So you can see if you click on the indicators here in the top left, there's a whole list of technical analysis indicators that you can choose from. If I try and add, let's say try and add a linear regression, it's going to give me an error message because it's going to say I've already have 3 enabled. See, it's not letting me click it. So what I need to do is actually need to close out one of these indicators. So see, it says more indicators, more trading possibilities. Again, 30-day free trial. No, thank you. So for example, let's say I don't really like the Ichimoku cloud. And to be honest with you, I haven't really been using it to trade that much. So let's get rid of it. So let's go to, in the top left corner, you can see it says Ichimoku cloud because that's the TA that I have open. If you just click this X right here, you can remove it. So now I should have one more slot for TA. So let's say I want to add a VWAP. So you can just search it, VWAP, and it's right here built in. So you just click it, and you can see it was added to your chart. So we can close this out, and you can see it's a very thin line, right? It's not very easy to see. So what you can do, you can always edit the colors and the style and the thickness of these graphs. If you just hover over VWAP here, and you click on this eyeball, first of all, it can hide it if you don't want to see it, and then show it again. So you don't have to keep canceling it and then reactivating it. You can just hide it and show it. The gear icon here is the settings. So if you click that, you can see right now the VWAP is a thin blue line. So if you want to make that line a different color, let's say you want to make it hot pink just so it's easier to see, you can do that. And then you can also adjust the thickness. So to me, it's a little too thin. Let's say I make it kind of this medium thickness here. That's kind of nice because now it sticks out a little bit more. So I like that. And then you can also change the line. If you don't want a solid line, you can change it to an area, which, I mean, that's just madness because now you can't even see the stock graph. But you can see a line with breaks. You can do a step line, which doesn't really make sense, just makes it look low resolution. Let's just keep it as a line here, or you could even do circles if you wanted to, but again, it just makes it harder to see. Let's just keep it as a line. We're gonna click OK. So now we've made the VWAP a thicker pink line. And that's great because you can adjust all these settings. So same thing with the RSI. You know, I have it as purple here. If I do the same thing with RSI, I can change the color of the upper band, the lower band, the background color, and again, the same style of thickness. See here, I have the bands as dotted lines. I can have them as dashed lines or solid lines as well. Same thing with the squeeze metrics here. I can again change the colors between red and green. Maybe I can make it yellow and blue, whatever you like. So there's a lot of variety here. And actually, if you go all the way down to the bottom, because I have it hidden just because it takes up so much space, you drag this up. There's a little bit of a stock screener here that you can search through based on performance, based on valuation, dividends. So a lot of great features built into TradingView, and it's all completely free. You can even type in notes. So let's say you were saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to buy AMD when it dips to 80, right? So you can add a note and say, buy AMD at $80. Just to keep a note to yourself, just to keep it in your mind if you ever forget. And it's just quick note-taking system. So you have everything at one spot. So you don't have to keep shuffling between, you know, Microsoft Word and TradingView and your broker and another website. So a lot of good information here, a lot of good features. This is why I like this website. The other nice thing about here, see this 47 days? That means there's 47 days until AMD's next earnings. So there's a quick and easy reminder here of how far or how close you are with earnings. If you open this bar up a little bit, you can see the latest headlines for AMD. So if any news comes out, you can see 19 hours ago, MT Newswires released this article saying that a 90-day insider buying trend reduced with disposition of AMD shares. If you scroll down, you can read more articles that came out the days before. So again, a lot of good information here. The way I draw these lines, if you go to the left sidebar here, you have all these features as far as how you can draw your own custom TA. So if you do this arrow here and you click this little arrow, you can see all these icons that you can put in the chart. So let's say you want to denote a pivot point or something. Just put this arrow right here and I can say, oh look, you know, at this point the stock did a reversal. It was dipping, then it rallied back. And then you can screenshot these or share these with other users or on the Discord server, for example. If you don't like it, just click it and then you can hit the trash can up here. And again, you can change the color. You can do a lot of things. You can copy it if you wanted to put another one on there. So we can right click and remove drawings just to get it all off the page. You can see it cleared it all out. But let's say you didn't want to do that. There's an undo button here to bring it all back, which is really nice. So a lot of great features. I mean, you could spend hours playing around with this, and I certainly haven't. I just use it for what I need to do. But if you want to draw Fibonacci levels, for example, there's this kind of pitchfork looking icon here. You're going to open this up, and then you're going to scroll down to Fib retracement, which also has a shortcut of Alt F. So once you click that, the tool is going to open up, and you're going to pick your 2 points, your starting point, hold the left click down, then drag it up to where your endpoint is, and you can see it will automatically draw the Fibonacci levels as you drag your mouse cursor. So then once you're happy, let's say you want to draw up to here, you let go and click again, and now it's saved. If you're not happy with that, you can click this circle and then move it up and down if you want as well. Same thing. You can even drag the graph around to see where the graph has been moving, the stock has been moving. So again, let's say I did that by mistake. Just click on it and then click the delete key or right click here and click remove, and you're good to go. So that's a very quick tutorial on how I use TradingView. Again, you can draw lines here. Again, just open this up. If you want to draw a trend line, just draw a trend line like this, for example. And again, you can change the style, the color. Let's say you want to make it orange. Let's say you want to increase the thickness, or you want to make it a dotted line. You know, you can do anything you want, and again, easily get rid of it. So that's basically how I use TradingView. This E denotes that it had earnings on this day. Some tickers that have dividends will show a D as well down here. Let's see if I have any dividend paying stocks. So here's Apple. So the E is earnings, D is dividends. So you can see the next dividend session is actually just happened on August 7th. If we scroll to the right, the next dividend session hasn't been released yet, looks like, but in 61 days, Apple is going to have its next earnings sessions on October 29th. So hope that helps a lot of people. If you have any questions, join the Discord server. We actually have a bot in the Discord server that will automatically pull the TradingView chart for any ticker that you want, and it will automatically have the TA already built into it. So if you want to look at RSI, MACD, and Ichimoku clouds for AMD, you just type in a command on our Discord server, and it will automatically pull that chart and paste it into the server within a matter of seconds. So it's a really cool feature we have. Just as a quick reminder, this is the last weekend before we go fully paid on our Discord server. So if you're not in there already, now's your last chance to check it out for free. So make sure you hop in there. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and happy trading.